Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I would like to go over a quick overview of what is transpiring so far in the market. Right now, as we can see, right now Ethereum's up about $200 here all of a sudden, up 5.5% and starting to surge here a little bit. This is a very good sign for the altcoins here. If this continues, we have a target here of 4,023. And now in the last, let's see, roughly 2 hours here, Ethereum has gotten pretty hot here, and there's been a lot of volume that has started coming in. So we'll see if this is going to break over. If it breaks over 4,023, that's a huge sign for the altcoins that maybe we are going to get a overzealous push up here. We've got Bitcoin breaking back over 99,000. And I think we've got a very nice setup right now, or at least how we've been looking at XRP in terms of, yeah, you know, maybe it's in a general sense, maybe it was consolidating a lot, but at the same time, you need heavy consolidation. We've maintained the uptrend from when we broke out of the bullish pennant. Right here, we maintained this setup, created this uptrend, bounced on it and showed support right here on December 6th, right around $2.22 on that uptrend. We've got 1, 2, 3 here, right here at $2.16. So we basically have a triple bottom formed here at 216 and then a double bottom formed at 222 on that support structure. So triple bottom around 216. If this pattern can break this resistance at about $2.39 for XRP, very, very promising. The technical target, if we just do it from right here, since it's measuring out now, first level, I mean, you're looking at 295 there. If it happens sometime today, you're looking at about $3.01 here. We're looking at $3.01 as long as this pattern plays true here. And we've done the hard work now. We've consolidated. We had a really nice consolidation for XRP. After we hit that swing high of 292, we came down to about $2.17 roughly, or 215. We dropped 26%. That's a phenomenal retracement. We just have to be careful to not drop farther. But like I said yesterday, if we can roll out of here, the longer that we consolidate sideways, we will invalidate if we can go far enough. Now, if we break down out of this, then it's just going to validate a right shoulder drop, maybe a little bearish consolidation. And, you know, that's what we don't want. So we want to hold this uptrend. We lose this uptrend and fall out of this. I mean, these are the hard ones. Is this a descending wedge? You know, you call it what you will, but that's a descending consolidation. And if it can play bullish out of it, very positive. Very positive, because that next target's going to be around 304. If it breaks this uptrend and let's just say it loses this consolidation, your next big area of consolidation is that $1.98. That's the 2021 high from that market rally. And now we would be back testing it on the new profound rally here in 2024. However, we back tested that $2.22, which is the first target out of the descending wedge that was formed for almost 7 years, as we know. Massive descending wedge. If you're new to the channel, and I'm going to do the intro, I should have already done it, but we have a huge descending wedge that played out. Looks like a massive W reversal if we come up to that technical target around, I had it at 301, but now we know it's about 304 because it consolidated farther. But this pattern, even though you can elevate it just a little bit, it played out exactly the same. So, you know, 301, 304, it just depends which way I'm looking at it at the exact moment. So 301 here, even on the US, if we go down to the USDT chart, it even maintained this consolidation. This is XLM, and we were talking about a pennant flag possibly. If this is a pennant flag, you've got the downtrending resistance, so lower highs and higher lows successfully on a flag. So we have the flag, we have a high, lower high, we have a low, higher low. This looks like a tailor-made pennant flag. And from the top is the wicks. From down here is less wicks if you look in smaller time frames. So there's like a two-area approach. But if I'm being honest here, there's no reason to talk about a two-tier approach. Okay? It's already consolidated enough. We've got the pennant flag. If it breaks out of here, let's just do it from the breakout of a pennant flag. The technical target would get you somewhere around 98 cents on a breakout. If that's a pennant flag, we're going much higher And with our buying at 8 cents, you're talking about an 1100% move if it makes this move, you know, in totality for us. So, I mean, or maybe a 12x. This would be substantial money on XLM if this goes up. If it makes this move. And it is a tailor-made pennant flag. And we'll go into what a pennant flag is here during this update. So, good morning. 10:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, December 6th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future DIGIBYTE OG, as I see a major opportunity developing in DGB as well. Massive consolidation. AMP, I see a major opportunity developing. We talked about Numero, NMR. It's an AI, artificial intelligence. It basically predicts financial markets, and it underperformed in the last bull market. So I've been very heavily watching it. I have about a $17.90 average roughly. But like I said yesterday, when it was at $23 and some change, I made a purchase at $22.70 was my most recent purchase. So I am still buying actively. Today, it's up 5.62%. So if you're in the live yesterday, at least you're able to, and it's up more than that. The live yesterday, we got down to, where was this? It was either, I think, 23.79 while we were together yesterday. It was under 24. So at least now, if it makes this push back up, it's going to be interesting. I was hoping it would go back to 20. Some of you know who was watching last night. I was actually wanting it to go down to 20. But when I wake up this morning, it's up 5.25%, 6%. It's fine. I'll be happy with it. I've got like 120 tokens so far. So, you know, it's a few $1,000s. About 2.5 bands worth right now. XRP is up 5.3%, which I think is a great sign here. Like I said, with Ethereum being over $4,000, I think this is a huge sign here. I think this is a huge signal here. Yeah, I think this is a big sign. We've been watching Ethereum for some time, and we know if it breaks over this, this is the sign of alt season. If we get over 4,000, oh baby, look out. Look out. And like Bitcoin, a lot of people are talking about the ascending wedge breaking down. Well, I mean, it depends what you're talking about here, because to me, the ascending wedge, we're back testing the breakout of the ascending wedge. So, I mean, you got to be very careful what you're watching this morning. I've seen countless TAs talk about the breakdown of the ascending wedge. Well, I mean, technically it's not a breakdown of the ascending wedge right now. Yes, it finished that topping reversal pattern from our resistance up here on the rising channel. But when it came down here to 92, it bounced back up and looks to me like it created a bull flag here. That's going to pull us right back up. But also, we hit our technical target from yesterday. A breakout of here should have brought us up to, this morning when I did this. I'm sorry, not last night, when I was doing this morning. It hit my technical target of 99,760. Now we're one back test away at 98,555 from breaking out of a ascending wedge, which is crazy, because if it breaks out of the ascending wedge, instead of going to 70,000 or 75,000, you're going to 122 likely. That's what the crazy part of this is. And the fact that Bitcoin dumped out the way it did is giving me some optimism here that maybe Bitcoin is also going to help propel a rally here. Just remember, the longer Bitcoin rallies with the alts, it's even more delayed for alt season. If the money's still finding its way into Bitcoin and the alts, the amount of money that's coming in, and that's why you see some of your favorite alts maybe down 3 to 5 to 7% this morning, I wouldn't count on that lasting. VELO right now up 4.2%. IOTA is getting smashed right now. Just smashed. I know it doesn't seem like it, especially for me, because when I look at it and I have a 17-cent average and it's at 43, it's like, well, you know. But it is getting smashed. It was up near 60. Beautiful consolidations. Where the hell is VeChain? Sorry, I'm all over the place because I want you guys to see how the magnitude of the market right now. But after this, I'm going to go back into XRP. I do more jumping around. So if you like this style of technical analysis, I encourage you to watch me at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when I jump around the charts on the live. I'll just put this one on here. When I jump around on the lives, and we can do what we need to do. But VeChain is, this is my IoT and the red tag. IoT and now the AI one as well. It's the ones that I feel like are underutilized. And I took off some. There should be KDA as well because I have that Kadena in my portfolio. That's a mainframe of the IoT. But anyhow, a lot of positivity and a lot of, oh yeah, AMP. Before I forget. Before I get back into XRP. AMP. Interesting. Interesting to say the least, because if you look, it's actually like this. I don't know why it's, no, I guess you could put it that way. Nah, you'd have to take it from up there, in my opinion, because you got to encapsulate the whole pattern. It's something like this right now. If AMP breaks down out of this, you're probably going to get this next opportunity. Let's see, where would this be? AMP is a tricky sucker, too. AMP is tricky. I want to make sure I do this because it is possibly breaking down out of this if it goes down any farther. So you got to be careful. Or we could be just setting up the wider part of the pattern. Nobody knows. Nobody. Actually, you know what? We do know. It hasn't broken out of anything yet. Or broken down out of anything because look. That's what it's looking like. So if you're looking for an opportunity on AMP, if you're looking for this to break up, this was the time to buy. This is the time, because if that's an inverse head and shoulders, it's going to hold this area if it's meant to break up. If not, you're going to know very quickly if AMP's meant to break down. So in totality here, I've got a little bit more time here. XRP at $2.36. I'm very intrigued now because of what Ethereum did. Ethereum going up 6% almost bust the bearish philosophy for a lot of people. Unless that's just an overzealous move by Ethereum alone. But you've got XRP up about 5% here as well. And it's starting to teeter on the point of, hey, we're holding a descending consolidation. And maybe, just maybe, XRP put in an inverse head and shoulders that we just can't see yet. I know it sounds crazy, but look in the 30-minute. Right now, what if it bounces up here? And then it does this. Wouldn't we just say, well, what the... How are we not seeing this? Because this isn't the right shoulder. This would be the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Is it possible that we put in a sneaky inverse head and shoulders here on what one could argue is a descending wedge? I mean, I guess you could and you might not. But I mean, I'm looking at that and saying, you know, that kind of looks like a descending wedge to me. We got the base starting out back of the triangle and it narrows on the way in. Ooh. I don't know. It kind of seems like we're being played here, and it looks like it should go up from here. But hey, what do I know? If it breaks down, we know if it loses $2. If it loses right here, $2.15, we're probably going to break bearish to $1.98. Not probably, we will. But if it holds this, I mean, you're looking at the promised land here. Next level would be $3.04 if it breaks out of this consolidation. And here, let me delete this so that we can do this again. And see if we can see a possible inverse head and shoulders playing out here. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't pan out the way we want. But I can certainly see left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverse right shoulder. That looks like an inverse head and shoulders, just not giving us the tail yet. Like, oh, look, guys, we're in a bear flag, right? That's what it's trying to show us. And then what ends up happening, and this is about a 62% chance this plays out like this, which is better than not. Because it's showing like what most would say like a bear flag or a decent, like they want it to go down to $1.98 or $1.77 or 63. But what I'm saying is instead of it pulling down like that, if it pulls up like this, and then it does it, don't be surprised if it comes up and you see this and you're like, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That was all disguise, and we actually had a head that fell through. We have a right shoulder that created a W reversal right here. And then we had an inverse left arm that trickled down here very quickly. We've got like the shoulder in the sand, so it would have to come way up here just to mimic that part of the move. Now, what if it does look like something like that going forward? Think about it. You start pulling this pattern in, and what if it looks like that? We would just say we had a huge inverse head and shoulders, or, you know, what if that is just the head forming right now? Right? What if it is just the head? Well, you know, on an inverse head and shoulders, if it's just the head right here, which I speculate because we came down to that wick right down here, which is beautiful. But what if this is a head? We come up, We come down to create the shoulder, and then we break out. You know, maybe you have a wider pattern like that. Either way, in the short term, this has promise. And then if it breaks out of here, you know, you're looking at $3.01, depending on where this happens. But it almost looks like it's already created an inverse head and shoulders very secretively here. And it did it in a very designated fashion. Left shoulder came down to $2.30. Inverse head came down to $2.18. Inverse right shoulder came down to $2.22. Actually, no. $2.22 on the left shoulder. Head came down to $2.15. Yeah, whatever the low was, $2.15. And then the right shoulder came down to $2.22 again. If I didn't know any better, I would say that they may be slipping this in here on us very quickly. But we'll see how it plays out between that and between XLM. Looking like a big W reversal on just the daily chart, a Gartley reversal. But also thinking that this looks like a pennant flag. I've got exposure on the leverage side of this. It's only a $40 risk. I added some. But my stop loss is simple. I'm going to let this play out unless this breaks here. And I believe if it breaks 44 cents, I have it. Or 40, what was it? 44 or 43? I can't remember. I think 44, because then I said if it breaks 44, I can just buy it back at 39. That's what it was on the leverage. Okay. But yeah, minimal risk. But that's the only thing that I have worth of like leverage right now. Ethereum, though, I'm very excited about what I'm seeing here. This is something we've been watching for some time to give us like some kind of signal that alts are going to have a continuation here before it has a dump. XDC up 14.5%. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. A lot of things are just correcting beautifully right now. So with that being said, I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I think that's a beautiful look on the charts. But I want to read what Forbes said about XRP. So up 300% in a month. XRP is just getting warmed up. So the price, look at all this advertising nonsense. The price of Ripple's cryptocurrency, XRP, has surged over 300% in a month. And it is up nearly 1,000% from levels of 22 cents seen in early 2021. To $2.37. Now, in fact, XRP has become the fourth largest cryptocurrency with a market capitalization of around $135 billion. After Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether, which we did flip briefly Tether, but we fell back below. Thanks to its recent rally, notably XRP's gain dwarfed the incredible 200% returns that AI poster child Nvidia stock has garnered so far this year. The surge in XRP mirrors the trend seen across cryptocurrencies after Donald Trump won the U.S. presidential elections, as hopes that the new administration will take a friendly approach toward digital currency sparked unprecedented interest in them. After all, in one of his rallies, Trump said he would make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. And speaking of which, Jerome Powell yesterday said that Bitcoin is the new digital gold. No. We already have a digital tokenized gold. If you want digital gold, you can buy it. Bitcoin has never been, will never be, and it's a has been and has never been gold. It'll never be a digital gold. It'll never be a true store of value. Bitcoin is a speculative asset. You can make a ton of money just like XRP is a speculative asset. You can make a lot of money if you buy properly, but it is not a store, or it's not a store of value. It's just not. Gold and silver, if you want to, you can put profits into it. You should have both. You should have gold and silver as your store of value, and money in crypto as your speculative asset that can make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. Because we're going into a digitized world. But don't think, and when Jerome Powell says stuff like that, it makes me want to buy more stuff when it comes to precious metals. So just understand the difference. Don't get pushed into that kind of logic. And they're not each other's enemies. They want you to think they're enemies of each other. Hey, if you buy crypto, you can't buy gold. And if you buy gold, you can't buy crypto. Nonsense. Tomfoolery. You buy both. You own both. One's just a store of value where you don't have to worry about selling it like you do crypto at times. Trump said he would make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. This has led to the most popular cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, crossing the 100,000 mark for the first time ever, more than doubling from the level of 44,000 at the beginning of the year. Ripple is a digital payment network that uses its cryptocurrency XRP to facilitate fast and low-cost international money transfers For Ripple, it's not just the Trump factor driving the move in XRP back in 2020. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission alleged that Ripple raised more than $1.3 billion in 2013 by selling XRP in an unregistered security offering to investors. Ripple stated that XRP should not be treated as a security. In 2023, the court ruled that XRP was not a security when sold to the public and on an exchange, and that it did not violate federal securities laws. However, the court also ruled that XRP is a security if sold to institutional investors. This mixed ruling led the SEC to seek $2 billion fine against Ripple, but this didn't go the SEC's way, and the court imposed a $125 million penalty instead. A couple of months back, a judge denied the SEC motion to appeal the ruling. Let that sink in, because a lot of people still don't understand that to this day. They think the actual ruling of a security is up for debate. Can never be changed. Only the monetary value can be changed up or down. So it's basically a civil suit at this point. Earlier this month, a group of state attorneys general and the DeFi Education Fund sued the SEC, alleging unconstitutional overreach in this particular instance. The regulator is accused of exceeding its regulatory obligations by initiating enforcement actions against digital asset exchanges. The result, the current chair of the SEC, Gary Gensler, will step down on January 20th, 2025, and it's likely the new person stepping in will be more crypto-friendly. One of the possible candidates include Paul Atkins, and I believe he's the one who's going to end up taking over, who will be seen favorably by the crypto advocates. There's a chance that the SEC may drop the entire case against Ripple, which will be another positive for XRP. So please make sure to hit that like button, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and join the over 29,200 subscribers. If you're looking to trade XRP or any of the crypto you heard me talk about today, go to my video description below and or pinned comments. I make it a habit of only talking about what I own and what I can buy in my exchanges. But I talk about the IoT and ISO only, with one exception of the one AI token that I've been talking about lately. So if you go onto my homepage, you can find all the stuff that I talk about. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to see what XRP Healthcare was doing. Yeah, see, I talked about this yesterday, that it was a great opportunity. It's up almost 50% today, XRP Healthcare. I knew it was about to have this breakout again. And I went way higher, though, overnight. So we'll see, because I knew it was going up last night. It went up to 24 cents last night. I was obviously not paying attention to that at 2:30 in the morning. But we talked about this back test last night. So it initially had an 86% move. It's consolidated beautifully and currently up almost 50% on the day. Remember, we bought at 1.7, so I want to see how this swings back around, because there's something to be said here. This could be turning the corner here again. And if it is, this swings very volatilely. There's only 99.6 million total tokens in circulation. Right now, it's only like 60-something. But this is what I'm watching hardcore. And if you're looking to buy or sell it, COINSTORE. It's very volatile on COINSTORE, but right now, when I went on it, it wasn't as bad. The volatility wasn't as bad. Last night, it was almost dead on what the price was on the healthcare app. So that's where you can buy XRP Healthcare on COINSTORE. If you want to trade XRP and many of your favorite cryptos, if you're looking at leverage, I do the leverage on BITUNIX because it's the lowest fees that I found in the USA. But they have a slew of cryptos that you can buy. Even the AI token I talked about today is on BITUNIX. HOTCOIN, I have my IOTA and my VELO. It's so important for me to have those two. That exchange I highly recommend for those assets. And if you want to leverage trade, it's a little more volatile, but you can do higher leverage than on most cases on BITUNIX. Crypto.com, I have my XLM, my VChain, my ZIL, my, what am I missing? DGB. And is that it? I don't know. There might be one more that I forgot about just now. But that's where I keep that. I have my Visa debit card that you can put your crypto profits right onto it. And it's like a prepaid card. Basically, you can pay with your crypto. You don't have to sell it into fiat. Most of them. Some of them don't let you do it. But the majority of them do. And like I said, I built a window fund of over $14,000 from this bull market. And I haven't affected any of my cryptos I hold. The major ones. None. Zero iota. So that's what we're looking at if you want to send a donation outside of YouTube, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. I always encourage you to join Tom's Army if you want to pay it forward, or you send a YouTube Super Chat, but it is not required. I do all of this for free for a reason. I want everybody, no matter the size of their wallet, to be able to get this information. So have a blessed day. Don't let your emotions dictate what's going on, and watch the opportunity in the market, because what Ethereum's doing right now should be giving us a hint right now. I'm actually considering, just considering, selling. No, I'm not. Nope. I was going to sell a portion of AMP to buy more DGB, but I've already got 300,000 DGB, and I've only got 240 something thousand AMP. So I'm overweighted in comparison because they're both similar prices. So, yeah, so that's where I'm going to stand. That's where it's at. Have a blessed day, and I'll catch you guys later.